Welcome back, and today I got several new knives to show you. This is the Miguron Moyarl. There's no surprise, I love this knife. 14C 28M blade steel, mill tie clip, and excellent ergos. Sweet knife, and they go for like 46 bucks. It's kind of hard to beat, and I love this one. This is my original one. I liked it so much I bought a second one. They just came out with a newer version. This is gray. And instead of the blasted finish, which I didn't like too much, they went with a stone wash on the primary grind, satin on the flats. You got stone wash on the spine. Now this is so much better. I think it looks like an even more expensive knife. And talk about a good knife to gift someone. I'll probably give one of these two to my brother, one of my brothers, because yeah, I think they would love it. It's an excellent little knife. It's not going to break the bank. If you lose it, you won't be super heartbroken, and you could easily replace it. Love the Moyarl. I did a video on it a while back, and it's been in a lot of videos for good reason. It's a good knife. So that's the first one I want to update y'all on. All right, this next one is a Behemoth. It's a new O-knife, and this is the Oknife Syntry R1, I think it is. Or RI, and this thing is massive. I think they're advertising this as like a folding kitchen knife. You can check that beast to a blade out. It's a over 4-inch blade, and it reminds me of the Takray knife that I had on the channel a while back, or kind of in that same vein. It's the same length, overall length, and no, actually looks like the Syntry is a little bit longer by a hair. And this one's in VG10. The only thing I didn't like is it didn't have a pocket clip, but this one lives actually in my kitchen, my silverware drawer, because my wife loves to use it around the kitchen. VG10, don't really have to worry about it rusting that much, and it's pretty slicey. It's not going to be as slicey as a kitchen knife because it's not as thin behind the edge, or at least a good kitchen knife. And kind of the same goes with this one. But if you like big knives, this thing is pretty darn comfortable because you have contour G10 scales. It's got a crossbar lock. It's on washers. It's fairly smooth. And the blade steel on this one's 14C 28N. I don't know if they had to license that hole from Spyderco or not. If not, they'll probably get a cease and desist. But yeah, I'm pretty interested to see how this one performs. I forgot what I measured behind the edge thickness. It's going to be super slicey because of how thin the blade stock is, how tall that grind is, and you know, we'll see what the behind the edge thickness is on it later. Probably if y'all want to see a full review on this, I will. Now this one has a pocket clip, a deep carry pocket clip at that, but it is tip up right hand carry only, unfortunately. But yeah, this one was kind of a surprise. It wasn't super expensive. And I will have all these knives linked down in the description, or at least anything that is available. Yeah, let me know what y'all thoughts are on this one. I like it, and I think it's going to be a fun one to play around with. All right, we got two new Kansepts. We got the Kansept Main Street Crossbar Lock. Had this one on a short and on a lot my live the other night. I'll tell you what, this is pretty enticing. I already like the overall look of the Main Street. This is a Dirk Pinkerton design, and yeah, I just never did pull the trigger on one. They sent this one in for a review, and I'm glad they did because so far I've been loving it. This one is in 154 cm steel. You got Dirk's signature jimping right there. And it's more aesthetics because there's no grippiness to it whatsoever, because it's kind of like round. Those little notches aren't raised or anything, they're rounded. But it's comfortable. And of course, a good Wharncliffe is excellent for a lot of stuff that I do. Beautiful action. Now, this isn't, just like I meant to say on this one as well, both of these aren't a clutch lock or anything. You can't adjust the tension on the Omega springs, but this one's got good smooth action. This one's nice and smooth. I think it could be tuned up a little bit. I like it the way it is. It's not going to come out in my pocket. It's not like easily falling out. I got to give it some downward force. I can get 90% of my Benchmades out like that as well. So I don't know. I've never had it be a problem, especially when it's in the pocket like this, up against my pocket. You know, y'all tell me if y'all have ever had an issue with one opening up on you. But I'm sure there's always a chance. Now, this is another one, unfortunately, that is tip up right hand carry only. I don't know why they exclude the other side of the market. And they did not recess that pocket clip or the screws. But so far, I've been enjoying it. I just started testing on it. And yeah, I've been satisfied so far. We've got another one that I showed on a short and the live. This is the brand new Benchmade Shikari button lock. And it's not as big of a beast as the original Shikari. This particular one has the Damascus titanium. I'm trying to touch it because once I touch it, it's not going to be as pretty. That's why I don't really enjoy that material as much, because once you put your handles on it, it looks all funky. Pretty good action. You have a harpoon clip point, I guess this would be. S35 VN steel, button lock. Now mine has a good bit of stick. Not enough to where, you know, it's a deal breaker for me, but it's definitely got a little bit more than average. You can hear it. And will it go away? It probably will get better. I mean, I don't know. My ProTech Malibu still has about the same amount of stick, and it's close to this one as well. You have titanium bolsters on this one, titanium backspacer, and a nice mill tie clip on it. Tell you what, the ergos on this thing, very nice because of that punage right there. That scoop is very, very comfortable. I'm locked in. Don't feel like I'm going anywhere. Jimping is pretty much aesthetics because when you put your thumb up here, you kind of overshooting that anyway. And I don't really see the need for it because you're kind of locked in that poon area. Only other nitpick I had so far besides the stick is that edge termination. You can already see it starting to widen up back here. And let's see. Pretty sure. Nope. You can widen it up yourself because there's nothing that is in front of that area. So at least that's one thing that I could do. And I think they could have added some jimping to this flipper tab. I haven't had any issues with it, but my hands were sweaty or something. I could easily see them slipping off that flipper tab. But I'm going to continue to carry it and use it and try to get the testing knocked out on this one. This is the Kansept Shikari button lock. Let's see. Next one we have was an Amazon Knife of the Month pick that I was going to do as well. This one, this one's coming from Win Plus. This is a company I've never had any knives from before. I just saw this one, looked kind of interesting. And I noticed they had a kind of unusual Axis style looking lock. I got it, and after I flipped it, I was like, wow, it almost feels assisted. You got to push this one up instead of back like a regular Axis lock. And if you didn't catch my short on this one on how it's kind of working in there, go watch that short because I don't want to, do all that right now. I kind of unscrewed the G10 scales and twisted it so you could actually see. But quick lowdown, these nubs right here are screwed into this bar. It's kind of like an extended back lock almost. Lift this up and you see that right there. That part is hooked to that bar that's hooked to these two things. So when you lift it, it goes up. It goes into a channel right there in the lock position. And whenever it's open, in the open position, it goes down and lift it back up. And in the closed position, it goes into another channel. And it has a pretty stiff detent, which allows it to rock it out. It is riding on bearings, supposedly D2 steel. It is really comfortable in hand, especially in that choke up spot. I like the overall aesthetic of it. It's got a reversible deep carry tip up pocket clip with an inset pocket clip and screws. Nice G10. It fills out the hand nicely. That little piece right there is hooked to those two bars that are going this way. I think that thing is under constant spring tension downward. Because at least when you lift this up, it feels like that is pushing it down. So I think that's how it works. And it's drop shut all the way to get right there, and then you got a little bit of tension, as you can see, and then it locks back in there. So I don't know if you would consider that like an assisted open. I would have to see exactly how this thing is working. But, you know, I like the action. It's not, to me, it doesn't feel like an assisted knife because, look, it's free drop all the way to right there. And it's not hard to overcome. But pretty cool. I mean, I figured I could try it out. I think it was like 30 bucks or something like that. And if y'all want to see a full video on it, I'm more than happy to do so. All right, next up we got another Remette knife. This is a brand new one. What is it called? The Rhinoceros, maybe? I could be butchering that. This is another interesting one because it's not just a button lock. Okay, watch this. Action is pretty snappy. And at first glance, I was checking it out. You know, it feels pretty comfortable in hand. 14C28 in blade steel. Nice drop point blade. I don't love the bead blasted finish. I wish I would stop doing that. At least stone wash it. Because that does make it more prone to corrosion. And that button lock is pretty darn smooth. It is a front flipper, but mine has too strong of a detent for me to actually use it. And it's rather uncomfortable. So it doesn't really bother me any because I don't really like front flippers that much. But the thumb stud action is phenomenal. And why this one is so much better than some button locks is the fact that it actually has a detent. I don't know if you can see that down. Let me get a flashlight. Well, I don't have one near me. Or do I? Yes, I do. So if you look in there, you actually have like a liner locking leaf right there. Hopefully y'all can see that. And it has a detent ball. And let's see if you can see it in the closed position. You can see it has raised up. And it's actually acting as a detent for the blade in the closed position that you don't usually see on a button lock. It usually uses the spring tension from the actual button. But what that also does is if you like to press your button and deploy the knife, you're not going to be able to do that because that detent is holding it closed in the closed position. So, you know, I don't really see a problem with it unless, you know, that's just your main way you like to press the button and fling it out. Then you might not like this one. But other than that, so far it seems pretty cool. It's a tip up, right hand carry only. Again, don't get it. But it is inset into the frame and the screws are pretty close to flush. You have micarta backspacer, hidden lanyard post. And there's several other colors. I don't know if these are still available. I think whenever he contacted me, asking me if I wanted to check this out, I had already bought this one from Amazon. And he said he was going to send me some more colors whenever they came out. So if he does do that, I'll give those away to y'all. But, yep, let me know if y'all want to see the review on this one. We got a new Corgi. This one is the aged copper look. It's like a blackened copper frag pattern. And then they had one that wasn't frag. I think it was just like some faint micro milling. This one has a black wash blade. Nitro V steel, deep carry inset clip, and it looks like this clip is higher than the normal ones. Hopefully that is the case. I like this clip. I'm sure that might be the same clip on it. I don't know, but it just depends on if you like copper. Of course, it makes it a weighty knife because the only weight relieving is on the stainless. So if you like heft, then this one might be for you. I think it looks really cool. And yeah. All right, we got a few EDC fixed blades. We're going to get through these real quick. We have the Miguron Eldris. I used to have one of these a long time ago. It was just a regular plain one, and I picked this one up recently. This particular one's the one with the compound grind, like on the Morakniv. This one's in stainless. Unfortunately, this one will probably go back to the place I bought it from because it has a semi-burnt tip and it was supposed to come with a fire kit and a little loop thing and it didn't come with any of that, even though the box said it had it. So it'll probably go back. I don't know. I haven't decided. I may get another one just like this. Just get my money back for that one and buy just the knife because I think the knife's like 23 bucks and with the extra stuff, it's like 43 bucks. You have a 90-degree spine on here. I just like the Eldris because the handle is really comfortable because it's nice and thick. It fills out the hand nicely. And yeah, it's just a, you know, cheap EDC option. We got another budget EDC fixed blade that I picked up from Holtzman Gorilla. This is my second one that I've gotten. Comes with a Kydex sheath, a nice Kydex sheath. Comes with a fire steel that has a G10 liner in there. It looks nice. And it has a spot right there. If you don't use that kind of stuff, you can take it off, or, you know, whatever you choose. And here's the knife. It's in D2 steel. It's a small, like, neck style knife, but I'm considered as an EDC fixed blade because of the sheath. It has that old timer sharp finger blade to it, and very pokey. Those 3-finger grooves, nice and comfortable. And it's another one. Let me know if y'all want to see a review on it. I think this was like 40 something bucks. Their stuff's pretty high quality. The only thing that I wish they would stop doing, and it's just like on this one, is putting these dang strips, diamond strips on here. It's supposed to be a sharpener, but all that does is cause it to rub on. You know, if you're wearing this on like inside the waistband, yeah, you're not doing that. That would kill you. Even wearing it on the side of your pocket, if you sat down, it's rubbing on everything. I just don't like that. The last one, I took my angle grinder and grinded that off. So I'll probably do that one. This one as well. It's a pretty wide sheath too. I wish they would have made this a fold over sheath for such a small knife. Do have a drainage hole there. Got nice positive click. No rattle. So high quality. And lastly, I don't know if I ever showed this, so I wanted to give it a little bit of show time. We have one coming from the knife modders themselves, Frankie and Richie. They absolutely killed this one. Saw this one on their Instagram, and I scooped it up really quick. This one's in Magna Cut, and their finishing work is just outstanding. And then check this G10 workout with that white G10 liner. Just absolutely stunning. Comfortable in hand. And yeah, if y'all want to see a full review on this one, please let me know, because I'm going to enjoy having fun with this one. But if y'all want to actually see a review on it, I will do that as well, because I definitely think it deserves it. So that's all the new stuff that came in. I know this was a long one. Let me know if y'all have any questions about anything, and let me know what y'all think. If y'all want, what y'all want to see reviews on first. And yeah, I hope everybody's having an absolute amazing day. I will see y'all on the next one. Peace.